Okay, good evening. It is Thursday, the 21st of December, 2023. It is coming up to 8:20 p.m. UK time, 3:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let me just mic this for a minute. There you go. I was getting a bit of a double there, but yeah. So this is the 45-day show. 15 shows. I've got my very special guest here, Jahbonz. He's someone I've connected with through Slo Mo Monday, which is one of my favorite raid trains. He appears on there quite a lot, as do I. And then we sort of interacted, and it was decided it'd be great to have a chat to him. So here we go. How you doing?
Hello, everybody across the pond.
Thank you so much for joining us and giving up your afternoon to come and have a chat. Yeah, like I was
No
saying,
worries.
it's Slo Mo Monday really that sort of connected us, and we'll talk about that a little bit
Right.
later. But with all my guests, I always ask them about their musical influence. I'm always interested to know how they first got into music. So take it right back to early days and let me know who sort of got you into music. Parents, siblings, friends, brothers, sisters, who was it?
Yeah, the cliche, the parents. Let me see. My mom and her ex-boyfriend, Harry Vernon, kind of shaped me, about the music. Um, Believe it or not, I started at 3 years old.
Wow.
One of those like stools, like those large stools that you have 45s, you know,
Yep.
come down and all that. But that was start of my career is that.
Amazing, amazing. And can you remember the sort of music that was at the time?
Right. Matter of fact, I will show you. At 3 years old,
Let
this
me
was my
solo this down.
first 45 that I touch my hands on.
Wow, I can't read. I can't read. I can see it, but I can't read it. So
Yeah.
hold on. This is one that you've owned since you were 3 years old.
No, but this
That,
was the first one I had my hands on.
that's the first one. Okay, okay, that's
It,
amazing.
it's called Dramatics. Hey, you get off my mountain.
Cool, cool, nice one. I'm going to say a quick hello to Dr. Breasty Cray and also Rodrigo Rockmore. Both been guests on shows before, so great to see you in here. So welcome in, welcome in.
Good to see you both.
Cool. So that's the sort of music. When did there come a point when you started collecting?
I started collecting when I was 8 years old, and this I'm glad you said that too. Basically, let me show you the 45 I still have and I still played. This was Prince. I want to be your lover.
Oh, yes.
First one, first one, and it still plays. Let me show you.
So this is an
When it
original
first came
record
out,
from when you were 8 years old.
yes,
Amazing.
first record ever. So this is
It's a piece of history, isn't it? Because
piece of
firstly, it's a
history.
piece of history when it was pressed
Yeah.
at that recording and that. So that's the first piece of history. The second piece of history is your piece of history for that record. And was that a brand new release that you bought, or was that a
Yeah.
secondhand? Yeah. Okay.
Th-
So
th-
you
yeah, this was like I said, my first 45
owned
was the
from new.
first 45
Okay.
ever.
How much did that cost back then? Can you remember?
I think it would cost about what, $4, $5?
Okay. All right.
$4, $5, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So not
Yeah.
too bad. Yeah. So that would have been, yeah, it's okay. Much cheaper than now. Anyway.
Yes.
Yes, it's amazing. We keep talking about this all the time about how records have got really expensive in just the last couple of years. I was talking to Chris International on a show from
Mm,
2 years ago, and we were talking about it then getting
right.
more expensive, and now another 2 years, it's
Right.
crazy. So buy
Right.
used records, buy old records. That's part of the solution.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got these records from 8 years old. Are you playing them for yourself? Are you playing them at like family parties or anything like that?
All of the above.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, and my first, let me see, I'll show you my first rock record that I bought. Devo, Whip It.
Oh yes, great song. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's a history because when I went to see, I came from the Catholic school, and they play, they play 45s and all that. Like one had those what do they call it, stainless steel turntables they
Right.
used to play, yeah, like long ago, and they still, and then I transfer from Catholic school to elementary school, and that's why I
Right.
picked this one up. So yeah,
And yeah, I mean, is that one you still play now?
yeah, still play. Yeah,
Do you
let me
play
go.
it? Do you play it at 33?
Um, I could play both.
Let's as we will talk about slow mo. So let's listen to that at 33 as we're here.
Right. Yeah, this one was I got it from when I went to Peralta Elementary in Oakland, California. Yeah, they even had stainless turntables too at that time.
Yeah, yeah. But we have got to hear
All right,
that
let's
at
hit them slow
33 as
mo.
well.
Now whip it, easy shape it up, get straight, go forward, move ahead, try to
For the slow mo crew.
it's not too
Yeah, yeah.
late to whip it good.
All right.
I see. I see. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that is yeah, so good. Really. It's amazing that it can just be there and be
Right.
such an interesting song, both at 33 and
True.
also at the normal 45. So you're doing these parties. Sorry, let me get myself back on screen here. So you're doing these parties, family parties. Does that translate later in life into sort of you DJing and at events and gigs and things like that?
It was like what you call it, like a seed.
Yeah.
But I didn't have like back then when I was transitioning a lot. So I would just say that I didn't get to play any vinyl till um 17 when I went to uh let's see, the college radio station. This t-shirt I'm wearing,
Yeah.
this t-shirt I wear, this is was a college radio station UC Berkeley called KALX in Berkeley. So, and I was the youngest one in, in that DJ world. And I it was like a library of vinyl, like a library, and a lot of DJs, a lot of good DJs too, past and the present. So so basically I done one radio station, and then I did two clubs.
Right.
So and I was the youngest of all.
And what sort of music are you doing then?
Reggae music. I did reggae music.
All reggae music.
Yeah. And the reason why, because they had everybody was playing hip hop, like every DJ was playing hip hop, and I just wanted to stand out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, because my motivation was this DJ named CJ Flash, aka Chris Jordan in Berkeley High. So that kind
Yeah.
of gave me like a little motivation. But everybody was playing hip hop, and at that time we were playing freestyle, kind of like Real Roxanne, Egyptian Lover, that type of era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I just want to stand out a little bit because it's like I would just say it was just too much traffic.
Yeah, and it's interesting. If you want to do something well,
Yeah,
you have to be different.
yeah,
You have to stand out, and it might not work at the beginning, but
true,
then it sort of grows, and you are something different. Because if you're always chasing or trying to imitate or be something else,
exactly.
you're never going to manage. You can't be that other person or that other DJ or that other promoter, because they've gone a completely different journey to you.
It's true.
Um, Cool. And reggae music, obviously, we've got Barty Cuts has just come into the chat. He's a big fan of reggae. Surprisingly, when he came on my show, he played quite a bit. So obviously, it made you stand out. And
Yeah.
where were you getting the music from? Was there decent record shops around, or how were you sourcing the music?
Like when I first start picking up, I think it was a record shop in like a Lower Haight in San Francisco. I bought it from this guy named Eric Anderson, and he had a small like record shop and all that. So I started there. I even got some vinyl here too, if you want to see.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, this was the first album. Rest in peace, Sister Charmaine.
It's
And
amazing
what?
artwork as well.
Yeah, and this was my first 12-inch. This was Sister Charmaine called Whole Arrest. Since I have to be fair, I could play the 45 for you if you want me to.
Yes,
All
let's do it. I mean, I don't mind. You want to play that 12? That's cool. That's cool with me. It's up to you. Whatever you prefer.
All right. Yeah, just want to be fair. So we play the 45. Much
Hey, DJ Lick a Shot, and welcome in.
right. So rest in peace, Sister Charmaine. It's one for you.
Well, Sister Tanya, never rest my body, no, we no baby, me not get nothing for the talk.
Alright. Well, alright.
See, everybody was playing this
Massive, are you ready?
I wanna hear it say yes, I wanna hear it say yes,
club called Caribbean Dance Center at Firehouse 7 in San Francisco.
I wanna hear it say yes.
No, Jamaican.
I'll tell you about Firehouse 7 in a little bit if
Yeah.
need be.
All who are bleach from last night, run go walla rest. Go walla rest, go walla rest. All who are bleach from last night, run go walla rest. Go walla rest, go walla. Because you come in this morning and you don't walla rest. Evening come and you don't walla rest. Now night come now, you have to take a rest. You have to take a, you don't want to come rest. You don't want to come rest. Go walla rest.
Rest in peace, Sister Charmaine. Every time. Yeah.
Amazing record. Amazing record. But yeah, but where are you? Is there a lot of record shops back then for you to go and sort of dig?
Yes.
And for this sort of style as well, for reggae music.
Yeah, for reggae music, basically they like now they have Rasputins. They have let's see. Trying to remember. They used to have Tar Records, but I don't know if they do it anymore on Bay Street in San Francisco. And it's
Okay.
just, a little, here and there record shops. So, Amoeba. Amoeba has that enough like reggae section too. So
Nice. So in terms of the DJing, then did that sort of, you talked about the radio show. Are you getting then more gigs as you sort of get bigger?
I could say it was more steady.
Yeah.
Because I played two clubs. At the same time, I played Caribbean Dancing in downtown Oakland, California, and then I was with Club Dread at the time too at Firehouse 7. And remember that was a 21 and up club, so minors couldn't get in except me, I guess. So, and as for the Firehouse, I think I would just say that's the most dangerous DJ club not because the violence and all that. The people were cool there, but you know how Firehouse are built, right? You have to climb up the stairs.
Yeah.
So we have to climb up the stairs with crates of records. Believe me. And there's a a pinball machine like right behind the stairs. So if we tip over, that would be our life.
Jeez, jeez.
Yeah,
So the lengths you went to be able to play the music you love.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Even
but
even
that's what we do though, isn't it? As DJs, as
right.
promoters, or whatever, we go to great lengths, we drive distances to go and
Yeah,
see bands or DJs or whatever, because that's how much music means to us as a passion.
it's true. It's true. Yeah, I bugged a lot of DJs.
Yeah.
But and most of the DJs, took me under their wing. So basically, I give thanks to them because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. And it's everyone's sort of had that help along the way, haven't they?
Yeah,
Because everyone starts somewhere. And
absolutely.
it's partly why with the sort of 45 kids project that I sort of do with my daughter and the other kids, it's sort of to sort of
Mhm.
get them into DJing and getting
Right.
used to being in a community and sort
True.
of what it's like and stuff like that. So, because it's so important to give someone a helping hand up.
Right.
Um, but yeah, let's sort of move on to Twitch then, because obviously that's how we've connected. So,
Okay.
what did, first of all, how long have you been on Twitch?
Almost 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost 3 years. Yeah.
So that's
Um.
about the same as most of us, isn't it? About 3 to 4 years. I think most of us
Yeah.
streamers now have sort of been on it, haven't we?
Yeah. 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 How I got into Twitch was there was a DJ named. Let me see. I'm trying to remember his name. DJ Ross Rican got me in,
Okay.
and if you know about I guess the thing called Club One Love, they do it every Friday. Like they do it
Right.
every Friday raid there, and me and Club One Love have a history. When I first started my career, it was Club One Love security. So I guess for some reason, this guy named Rasta Sam gave the blessings of naming the Friday Raid Club One Love, and I know the guy for many years.
Yeah.
So that's one of the pieces of the Firehouse Seven.
Okay. 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 So that's how you got into Twitch. Before
Yeah,
you did that, did you know anything about Twitch? Did you know? Were you a gamer or anything like
no,
that?
no, never out because I was doing Facebook DJing
Okay.
there. So I since you know how Facebook is, when
Yeah.
it comes to music, it was just like I was gonna stop playing until I talked to Ross Rican that was on Facebook and say, "Yo, why don't you go to Twitch and play over there?" I said, "Okay, try it out," and here we are.
And here we are. And I mean, it's amazing the last sort of 3 to 4 years to see, because there's been people who've been there throughout. There's
Yeah,
been people who sort of were there quite a lot before and then have gone back to like normal life or gigging or
right.
whatever, so they're not on there
Yeah,
anymore. And then there's lots of new people coming through.
true,
It's almost like there's not like a second wave, but I'm constantly finding out about new streamers. It's
true.
not like it's a complete finite number. So I mean, it's been amazing to see that as well. Have you found that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some new DJ, like it's like I said, what they call it on Twitch streets.
On Twitch streets, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so um, yeah, yeah. I mean, and some excellent streamers. I mean, besides people, playing games and gamers and
Yeah,
musicians and all of that. So basically, it's almost like a mecca of that.
yeah, yeah. It's just amazing communities. And this
True.
is what I love. It's that there's you're not a member of just one community. We're members,
Exactly.
for example, like the Slow Mo community, and then I've got like the
Right.
45s community, and then I'm sort of
Right.
linked to this, that, and the other. So that's great to bring those communities together. Um, and that's when the interesting conversations happen, isn't it?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, and I'm very surprised that um I probably mentioned when I went to corporate radio. I played in the corporate radio for 5 years,
Right. Okay.
and I see some DJs from that radio station that's on Twitch now, and they more like my former colleagues there.
Yeah.
So it's a surprise, yeah, very surprised
I
that
think it's
they
also
listen well.
it's the freedom it gives you as a
Yeah,
DJ,
true.
because obviously I'm sure like most DJs, if you're playing out or playing an event, there's a certain pressure to play something, make sure people are happy,
Exactly.
you've been booked, and all the rest of it. Whereas with Twitch, it's basically make yourself happy.
Right.
If you're happy,
It's
it doesn't
true.
matter really if anyone else. It's great that other people do like the music, but you can just play whatever you want. And we talk a lot about being a bit
Exactly.
like music therapy. For that hour or
Exactly.
2 hours of streaming, you're just concentrating on playing music and talking and reacting to people in the chat.
Right. Right. And I want to say big respect to DJ Double P 69 too
Yeah,
about the mental health rate train,
yeah,
and that was I could just say that was a coming out for me about my mental health. So that was kind of like a perfect situation, saying I do need some therapy in the mind. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I told him that I had mild depression, like right out loud. So
yeah.
so that so big respect to him.
Definitely. And it's speaking to Double P and him being honest with me and saying that he'd been through depression,
Mhm.
and his son had sent me this message for helping because he'd got streaming, that led me to start talking more about mental health and
Right.
doing the other show, Part of My Journey, which is about mental health. But mental health is so important.
True.
And it's great that we've got this platform, and I think it works because we're not just straight DJing. It's not literally just mixing and that's it, and
Right.
music. Because
Right.
we've got this mic on Twitch, we're all talking a lot more about how we feel and how we are that day and this,
Mhm.
and that's the other important thing about it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. And what's so funny about it, about being on a mic, um, that's the point that I never like talking on the mic,
Yeah,
because I felt like when I was in the corporate radio station, I didn't have to, because I already had two on air DJs that's with me, one named Siddiqui and Tamu, because we was
yeah,
doing a reggae dancehall show in Cameo in San Francisco, like 1995 to 1999. So I was comfortable just spinning music.
yeah,
But at the same time, when I was in a college radio, I had to talk.
yeah.
So there you go.
So do you think that early college radio experience has then helped you now being on Twitch in
Oh
terms
yeah,
of being on the mic?
yeah. Basically, I guess it shows my versatility.
Yeah,
That when I first bought reggae music, um everything else kind of corral that, you know what I mean? So I can, because let me tell you, buying every genre of music is hard.
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know
It,
what I mean? So it's very hard, because you gotta buy reggae music, like a one piece of reggae music this, one piece of new wave that, and hip hop this,
yeah, yeah,
and soul this, and you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a challenge.
yeah. Um, and obviously you found out about Twitch. How long was it from finding out about it to being sort of happy with your setup? And because it takes a while, doesn't it, to sort of get
Yeah.
from the beginning. When do you think you got to the stage where you're like, right, I'm happy with the setup I've got now, and I know what I'm doing on
Ooh.
Twitch?
At first, when I first started out, I didn't have the setup that I needed, but thanks to Crucial Rhythm helped me out with the with the upgrade. So give thanks to them, maximum respect to them. Otherwise, I think I would have quit the first year.
Okay.
because I didn't have the inadequate equipment that I needed. So
And what sort of, because obviously there's so many things you need. People
yeah,
think, oh, I've got a mixer and decks and I've got a computer. It's
yeah,
fine, but it's not, because you've got to have a webcam, you've got to have some lights, you've got to have an audio card that goes between you. Know how to use OBS, and things like that,
yes.
and StreamYard and other things. So it's great as well. The community, you shout out Crucial Rhythm because he helped you along the way, and
Well, it's two
similarly,
ladies,
two ladies.
crucial
Sorry,
rhythm.
sorry, sorry.
No
Uh,
worries.
I think I've heard, but I haven't seen the stream before. But anyway,
Right.
but the thing is that we've all been happy to help each other
That's
to
true.
build and
Yes.
move forward. And nothing,
Yes.
it's also like, what is this record playing? Will be, this is the track ID. Here's the record. How do you get your lights like that? Oh,
Right.
send me a message. This is what we do. And we all help
Yeah.
each other because we all want everyone to succeed. And that's a really positive thing in
Yes, it
Twitch,
is.
isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And again, it comes back to the community aspect of it, doesn't
Yes.
it?
Yes.
So you've touched on the sort of mental health raid train that we did with Double P, and obviously that was part of a community that we did. We connected through Slo Mo Monday, the community. How
True.
did you first get involved with Slo Mo Monday?
Um, I wanted to sign up with Don Champion,
Yeah,
but I guess he was at the point that he wanted to do something else. He wanted to
yeah, yeah,
venture something else. So that kind of like, I guess um they was gonna, that'll probably be the end of Slow Mo Mondays until I guess Dr. Breasty Cray and Body Cuts kind of continue that. So I roll with them, so and they put
yeah.
me on.
So Dr. Mastermind, as you like to call her in the
Dr.
chat.
Mastermind and Rockstar.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, for me, it's interesting, the sort of, because I got introduced to it through Sam Tweaks playing 45s at 33, and he said, check out Don Champ Sound, and I did. And we did a 33 Raiders where we played 33s, 45s at 33, and then we had the 33 day pretty much straight after, where we did 30-minute sets, and then Slow Mo sort of seemed to go away until Dr. Breasty
Right,
Cray came along,
right.
and kick-started the whole thing. And it's been amazing to see it sort of grow,
True.
and
Yeah.
also it achieve, as we call it, a cult, because obviously there's
Right.
the videos that Dr. Breasty
Right.
Cray puts together as well,
Right.
which are awesome, aren't they?
True. True. Yeah. So I have a question for you. So
Yeah.
I know, Twitch DJs, when it comes to Slow Mo Mondays, they said, did it feel weird to you, or are you just like said, yeah, I wanted to do this, like I wanted to do this because you seen everybody else do it.
I'd done a mix, a 7x7-inch mix, as part of my other DJ crew about 3 years ago, which was a
Mm.
slow mo one. I think I'd heard Greg Belson do a mix, and then I was
Mm.
like, "Oh, that sounds interesting." And then I just played it slow, but then I didn't do it very much. And then I saw Don Champ, and then I was like, "Yes, I can get back into this." But as you know, it's quite addictive, isn't it? As soon as you start
Yes.
doing it, you're
Yes.
like, "I wonder what this song sounds like at 33."
Exactly.
um,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
and it grows inside, and then to the point where you're buying records specifically to play them at 33.
Right.
That's when you
Right.
know you're in trouble. Not in trouble, but
Exactly.
that's when you know you've got it bad with slow mo music.
Right.
But
Right. So,
it's a good thing, though. I
right.
think.
Right. And me, I play half and half. I play vinyl and then I play Serato,
Yeah,
as well. So,
yeah.
so
I'm
I'm
gonna
kind of
start.
like a
Yeah, go on.
split.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna start doing some more Serato slow mo stuff, I think. So I'm gonna start messing around with some more sounds and things like that.
Right.
But yeah, but it's great. And then you really enjoy it because you're on quite a lot, aren't you?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm off and on. Probably most of the time, but off and on here and there, and all of
Yeah.
that. So yeah.
And I like the way it's sort of grown again. And I know things have
Yeah.
changed. Obviously, Barty's around a bit more now, so the show's expanded. But I think
Exactly.
for Dr. Bresty's Cray birthday, it was probably maybe almost a whole day. It seemed to start really early in the morning,
Yeah.
and then it just went on, which was great. So much music, but also that there is this space on Twitch that we can express ourselves and play whatever we want.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. For me, it was like you know what? I really wanted it to play tune slow like for a while, but I never, have like an organization
Yeah,
that
that's a good word.
follows that because everybody, turn up and be snobby and say, "Nah, I don't want to do that. Nah, it ain't for me. That sound weird." You know what I mean? So like, maybe I'm an oddball then. you know,
It's,
I
I mean,
mean,
it does, and the interesting thing is my wife doesn't get it. She doesn't really understand
yeah, my
why we
lady don't
listen to.
either.
There you go. And I don't know. Maybe that's why we don't have more ladies on the thing. We were talking about this the
Yeah.
other day
Dr.
because Dr. Breasty
Mastermind
Cray is
did
usually the
say something like that. Yeah,
yeah
like it's not more ladies playing in a slow mo, lineup, but I wish, you know what I mean? I wish, but I
yeah.
guess time will tell.
I think so, and I know Dr. Breasty Cray is always pushing to try and get some more women DJs on the show, but yeah.
So yeah,
And we've got Adam, who's been on the show on recently, Slow Mo, and he's saying, to be fair, he's listened to a lot of screwed and chopped music.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Non-male
yeah,
presenting, yeah.
DJ Screw from Houston. So yeah, when did he? I was trying to remember when did he start? Like 1992.
Okay.
I
So
think he
were
started.
you into it back then? Did you listen to
Oh
it? No.
no,
Okay.
I was in the middle of um like more like a reggae dance hall that point. So I didn't,
Yeah.
know about chop and screw till I would say about 2000s. Yeah, about 2000s.
Okay.
Because
So
that's when
you became
I
aware
didn't
of it. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't work for KML anymore. Didn't work at the clubs anymore. So, and then I guess Screwed starting to, I guess, creep in. But again, I never heard it t- till the 2000s.
Cool. I think we might be good to have another record
All right,
if you've got another
let me
record there
see.
to hear.
I could play one of these singles LP.
Yeah, go for it.
Um,
We're not
one
precious
called
here.
Junior Ranks. There's a rhythm called 1 Foot Skank. It's a dance hall. That's
Yeah,
the
nice.
first dance hall I played. This one is Junior Ranks called Carry Your Body. All right.
Good evening, Photo Trish. Thank you for joining us.
Become ragamuffin. See? And nobody can test this. Every time. Come now. Carry your body, 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 no. Carry your body, body, body. Follow me now. Carry your body, body, body. Say don't let the yago selfie $1.50. So when you
I think it's about 5 to 7 pieces on this one.
this is a thing, it no respect we.
Yeah.
Your face will look good.
Yeah, one is a Techniques label,
Dedicate
and then one is a Vibes label.
whether he, she,
Yeah.
or the old lady. No, hey, Susie. Don't sell yourself to nobody. I want you to listen to me. Hey, Susie, come listen to me now. Care your body, 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 no. Care your body, body, body. Follow me now. Care your body, 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 girl. Care your body, body. Come now. Care your body, body. Cause they are me yard. How'd you catch jam? There come a boy with some money in him hand. Him say, hey, Junior rank me in a bad condition. Help me, make me release me girl's tension. Neffy, broke up his foot, pop up his hand. Send him go a doctor, make him go jam. Me he's a girl, have ambition.
All right.
It's one of the reasons I love reggae is the rhythms and the fact that there's you can a rhythm that sort of goes through history, like the Sleng 10 one, obviously.
True. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so many
That's
years. That's still fresh now, you know.
right. Right.
Um,
That's the Jamaican anthem, like the reggae anthem. One
yeah,
of the reggae anthems. Can't
yeah.
deny that.
I've just finished reading. Oh no, I haven't quite finished reading it, but I've got the David Rodigan autobiography. So we got to a stage where he's talking about the Slang 10 rhythm and how it came out and how they used to use it for sound clashes as
Oh
well,
yeah.
and dub plates and things like that. You know, it's amazing. Air Adams saying answer rhythm is a defining sound of his childhood.
Okay.
And Photo Trish, we were talking about DJ Screw, says that there's a book a friend has written, A Life in Slow Revolution, American music series, Lance Scott Walker. So that should be interesting for anyone who's interested in slow mo music. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So, you know, in terms of the rhythms as well, I think you do production as well. Is that right?
Yes, I do production. I st- I started doing production almost simultaneously with doing DJing
Okay.
because KLX taught me how to, you know, edit, splice, you know, those type of works, making commercials. So I implement that for my production, did the beats and all of that. And yeah, and still doing it to this day.
Amazing. And at the moment, are you? I know we've had a conversation. I think you're wanting to try and get some of it pressed to vinyl at some point.
Yeah, I'm still shopping, you know, to get
Yeah.
45s pressed because time is ticking.
Yeah. Yeah. And have you got like a load ready? You know, if you once
Yeah,
you find
I
it pressed
have.
to vinyl.
I would just say I have about 20 years worth.
Wow. That could be interesting. So at the moment, it's just on a digital format, and you're just waiting to sort of get it out there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Basically, and the
Yeah. Yeah.
only thing I have to do is just work on my label, and that's coming up soon. And
Nice.
just trying to get, you know, like I said, get the 45 cut. I mean, I could do the CD. CDs are easy.
Yeah.
Ain't no worries about that. It's just the vinyl is the crucial part.
Yeah, and again, coming back to what you were saying about still having that record from a young age, again, it's that piece of history, isn't it? That,
Yeah,
you know, it's been
yeah,
committed. And the other thing is records generally, unless they get broken by accident, they people don't tend to throw them away, do they? They tend to keep them, pass them down to the next generation or
yeah.
pass them around to friends. You know, so once it's pressed on vinyl, it will be in existence for a long time. And
Concrete.
that's gonna be
Yeah,
the aim, hasn't it? To have something out there.
yep, concrete.
Definitely. And why 45s? Why 45? Is it just because it's reggae? Is it just because that's the sort of format that reggae generally comes on?
um, two things. The weight
Yep.
and probably it's smaller than 12 inches.
Yep. Easier to carry, isn't it?
Right. It's easy to carry. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. 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 No, that's cool. And so what have you got coming up on Twitch? Are you on a Slow Mo Monday soon? Have you got any other
Yeah,
events coming up?
we're doing a slow mo special. I'm already on the list, so I'm just waiting for, you know, more people on the list and see go from there. So we're going we Dr. Mastermind said we're not going to play, you know, the late night. We're going to play early, so people across the
Right.
pond can hear us this time.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely something that we need to think about. And I was
Yeah.
just going to say a big shout out to Shoestring for raiding in, welcome in, and we've got Jafful here popping in
All right.
as
All
well.
right.
Who else we got? We've got Johnny Sod,
All
and
right.
we got Funky Feline. So yeah,
All
welcome in,
right.
Raiders. We're here on the 45 Day Show talking with Jahbonz. We've been talking about some reggae music. We've been talking about Slow Mo Monday. We've been talking about Twitch. And obviously, you also said, you know, you mentioned that about you'd spoken to Double P about his mental health rate train,
True.
and you spoke about depression.
True.
So how has Twitch helped in that sense, or has it? First of all, has it helped? Has Twitch helped with your mental health?
Yeah, 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 pretty much. At least I won't be bored. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
um, basically, I guess, show the world what I can do. You know, and also
yep,
hear the world too. You know what I mean? With other
yep.
DJs. So So because we never stop learning.
And that's very true, isn't it? Because a lot of us stream quite a lot, but then we also spend quite a lot of time watching other streamers,
That's right.
and sort of helping them as well,
Right.
being part of their community. So it's all, it all works together, doesn't it?
True. True. Yes,
And I
sir.
think it's because it's creating this safe space, somewhere where you can go pretty much 24/7. Well, it is 24/7, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you need like to connect with a friend or connect with a person, you can just go to one of these chats and one of the
Hmm.
channels that you follow, and you know that you'll get welcomed, and you know that you're gonna be welcomed in. And what have you been doing? How you doing? Good to see you. All of this stuff, and that goes a long way, doesn't it?
Right. Right. But only part that I think it probably irritates me because when you soon as you want to hear a DJ, and then you got 10 excellent DJs, but you don't want to offend anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just almost like shopping at Walmart.
Yeah.
So it's just like, man, dude. I mean, I don't want to offend anybody, but you know,
I know.
it's just crazy. I mean, we got like I said, we got excellent streamers out here.
It's amazing the sort of communities we've built, though, isn't it? Out of
True.
viewers and streamers, um, and it's also been interesting. You've been in it obviously 3 years, and I've been a bit longer, but
Mhm.
it's been interesting, as we said earlier, to see the sort of waves and sort of DJs coming through and events happening.
Right.
It's amazing now how many raid trains there are.
Mm,
Before there
yeah.
used to be like one big raid train or one every other day or something.
Right.
And then you've got now weekly raid trains. So it really has become TV, music
True.
TV.
True.
So you find whatever community or raid train you want, whatever style of music, and then you sort of follow that. So,
Right.
um, other than the sort of Slow Mo Monday, what other sort of events do you get involved in?
I'll get involved in what I said earlier. Club One Love.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Fridays. They still do that now with DJ Tonga Kid. Sometimes they have Ambassador 107. Come in and out like I come in and out. Um,
Yeah.
they have yeah, just other DJs that come through. So I hopefully I talk to Barty Cuts to come in on One Love session too, because he do got reggae music. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm very surprised.
We should do. I don't do it enough, but 45 dubs.
Yeah, yeah. You know
Um,
what? You could
we should.
sign
I
up
should.
too. You could
We
just
should
look
do.
for
We should do that.
yeah, you just look for Tonga Kid and say,
Yeah.
"Yo,
Yeah. Yeah.
try
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
out. Put me on Club One Love Friday. He'll put you in."
I think it's just interesting going into a new year, thinking about how can we all work together? How can we
Right,
work together?
right,
And I think it's knowing people and saying, right, okay, come and be part of this raid train. You come and be
right.
part of this raid train, but bringing people together, but also just sharing ideas. I mean, I want to
Exactly.
do. I've been thinking about. I really want to do like a reggae into like a jungle raid
Mm,
train. I
mm.
don't know if you know. Do you know Deburban? Have you met Deburban on Twitch yet?
No, all I heard was living in darkness.
Living in Darkness. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I'll send you a
it
link
got me
to.
nervous because
Yeah,
I think one time I played what I'm trying to remember what was the raid then. Oh, it was Cruise Control Radio's raid.
yeah,
And I know yeah, I put my name in first and all of that. And so I was just saying, okay, so I'm the first one, putting my name in there. All of a sudden, I'm right after living in darkness. I was like, oh, because in my mind, I said, you know what, I'm gonna play some jungle and just get that out the way.
yeah.
Then seeing this name, I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be a tough act to follow. So yeah, yeah,
But that again is it's great, and I love that it inspires you.
yeah,
Like I think
yeah.
in the old days when I was wasn't working as much or wasn't streaming as much, you'd be watching like a whole entire raid. If you're on a raid train
Mm,
now, it's difficult, I
yeah,
think, to basically see maybe like 2 hours before if you're lucky, and maybe like
Right.
a little bit after, because that's just how busy people are now, isn't it?
Right.
So it's great that those DJs before you can inspire you for
Exactly.
what you're going to
Exactly.
play.
I have to give it up to you. I have to give it up to Dr. Mastermind, Cruise Control, because I know it's very difficult to put on a raid. You know what I mean? I know it takes a lot of hard work to, get that in order. I couldn't do that.
It it
So
it it does. I mean, it gets easier because obviously the more you do it, the more you learn
right,
and you work out ways. But it's, yeah, trying to organize like the big, like the one I just did, which was 4.5 days, was just
right, right.
it wasn't
Wow, that's
as
amazing.
complicated as I thought it was going to be, because I'd sort of tied things together. Like, for example, I got 5 hours from Barty Cuts, and then I had some hours from here, so it wasn't quite so difficult. And I think going forward, that's going to be the way forward, to sort of see what shows are already in place and then combine that show with whatever else. So, for example, Slow Mo Monday goes into
Right,
something on a Tuesday,
right,
and then you've got, for example, things like Raiders of the Lost Ark on a Wednesday,
right.
and then we're starting our new show again on a Saturday morning,
Mm,
coming up in January. So it's working out the Twitch landscape, and
right, right,
obviously, where's cool to be. And I think
right.
that's what I love about it, and I think that's how it's growing, isn't it?
Right, yeah, because I mean, I seen like part five of 45 Day, which is like
Yeah,
how do you do this? 'Cause all these DJs for what 4 days? I mean, I'm like that's amaze. That's amazement. I
yeah,
like how do you? I was like, how do you do that? Cause I mean, I know we do it like 8 DJs, it'd be 8 hours, but it's like 4 days. It's
yeah.
like how?
It's a
I
big
mean,
it's a big spreadsheet, and I work quite as far as I can in advance.
ah,
I'm sort of contacting people maybe like 2 months in advance, maybe trying to get people
mm,
locked in,
right.
and getting like, if there's specific people I want on a raid, then I'll try and get them locked in quite early. But um, take it easy, Armand Marcus. Thank you for being here. Coming back to what I was saying, Air Adam was saying it's like flights that share the same plane but have different flight numbers. And the
Oh,
other interesting thing that's been happening has been on Barty Cut's show, where I've been going on as a guest, and then we've had
right,
Dr. Breasty Cray on the phone as well. So then we've been
right,
talking on that.
right.
But like with this StreamYard, there's the ability for guests to stream to their own channel. So, for example,
Mm,
you could be streaming this to your own destinations, or Facebook, Mixcloud, wherever you want to do that. Um,
right.
and if we get lots of guests, potentially we could then spread out and reach to lots of people, and then
Mm.
everyone's on their own channel, effectively bringing these communities together. So that's sort of how I see things going in
Well,
terms of.
it's more like networking, basically.
Well, that's one aspect of it, but also DJing an event. Imagine if,
Right,
for example, Slow Mo Monday, we could all be like on screen for like, say, 3 hours. We work out a show, 3 hour
right.
set, and then we could go there. Right, Dr. Breasty Cray, you could come in, by the way, on a live stream. If you want me to send you the link, I can send you the link if you'd like
Yeah,
to come in.
yeah. Bring her in. Bring her in.
Dr. Breasty Cray, it's up to you. Let me let me find the link and sort of somehow whisper it to you. But anyway, we'll carry on in a minute. I know I can do it. But I think, imagine with DJing. So we set up a special slow mo thing.
Mm,
We all get onto StreamYard. There's, say, 3 or 4 or 5, 6 of us, I think. And then we could then DJ back to back to back to back,
right.
or on top of each other. Now that could become an interesting show as well, I think,
True.
especially also with reggae, like on my
True.
Sound Clash.
True.
That's, I
True.
think, something. So maybe we need to organize that as well.
Yeah, I can learn for something for doing the camera work and all of that. Like what do you call it? Split screen. Because
Yep.
I know Crucial Rhythm talked about that. Almost just like what you said, like a sound clash.
Yeah.
So yeah. So if you could get that done, I'm in. and then then I can learn something from that, and then I can, give that part to Crucial Rhythm. So
Yeah, I think then once we start, I mean, I don't know, maybe it does go on Twitch. I haven't seen it. Maybe
okay,
there is a reggae sound clash
yeah,
Twitch or live streaming community. We just don't know
could
about
be,
them.
yeah, could be
But it would effectively be creating that within our own community,
true.
and seeing where it could go. Dr. Breasty Cray, I have just Instagrammed you the link if you want to join us, but I understand if you don't want to join us. But it's cool, because I think that again could be very interesting. And obviously, Shoestring, we've spoken, I think, about it before. He's been on the One Love talk show.
Mm,
Um, I think what we'd need to just work out is how sort of much of a competition is it going to be? Is it going to be like, right, a sound clash? Let's do it. Or is it going to be, let's just play cool music to each other? I don't know.
right.
That's the balance
Yeah.
we'd need to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling that. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think it would be interesting. So
Yeah. It
here,
would
Adam,
be.
here we go. Rootsman plays some wicked reggae on Twitch. We just put it out there.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's right. Rootsman does play. Yeah, I heard him play.
Yeah, yeah. There's Double P. You were talking about Double P earlier.
Right.
And there he is. Good to see you, bro. Jahbonz was saying about how important the mental health Ray train you did was, Double P. So yeah, it's great that you're sort of here talking about that. But yeah, I mean, those are sort of my ideas for Twitch,
Mm,
because I think we've been doing it long enough,
true.
that it's moved on a little bit. It's definitely moved on from just people sitting watching DJs. I think there seems to be a lot more interaction, a lot more
Right.
shows. For
Right.
example, Platin Patz's show. Have you seen his reverse show that he does? Do you know
Oh
Platin
no,
Pat?
no, no, I haven't seen that one yet.
Official. So he's a German DJ, plays a lot of vinyl. Used to have a show every morning.
Mm.
Now he does a few shows in the evenings, and one is a reverse. So he plays a song in reverse, and people in the
Ah,
chat have to guess what it is.
okay. Oh, that's nice.
So then it's like a
Wow.
competition. It's like a
Right.
competition.
Right.
And so then I did a little bit of that. I played some 45s at 33 in reverse, which is even
Okay.
more difficult.
Right.
Right?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
really.
Sometimes like when I play after Crucial Rhythm, I do a 45 lotto like on Sundays.
Tell me about
So
that. How does that work? What's a 45 lobster?
um I have a wheel like on the
Okay.
screen, and people would say, I'll count how many spins from the viewers, and then I just spin them, and then whatever number hits,
Yeah.
that's the 45 number I play.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Sam Tweaks used to do something similar with genres. He'd get
Yeah.
people to choose genre. I've done something with these boxes. I've sort of said, right, that's box 1, 2, 3, 4, and done a
Mm,
poll and said whatever, and it's just the first record in the box. So, but again, it's that interaction, I think, and I think
yes. Yes.
people want again a bit more than just to sit back and if they want to just listen to music, they'll listen to mixes. If they
Right.
want to just listen to someone chatting, they'll listen to radio. If they want to sort of have
Right.
interaction, that's why Twitch is very different to anything
Right.
else, isn't it?
Right. And plus they have podcasts too.
Yeah.
So it's like, it basically is a variety of, what people can get into. So
Yeah, yeah, and this is just the part of it that we know about.
yeah,
Obviously, there is the gamers. I'm sure there's like artists. I'm sure
yeah,
there's other sort of performers, whatever else is going on Twitch.
true.
But it has been amazing to sort of get from here. I have sent the link, but I'm not sure if Dr. Breasty Cray is going to be joining us. So I know we were sort of a little bit tight on time, but maybe let's have one more record if you've got another one
Okay.
you want to play,
All right.
and then
I
we
will
can always
play.
do a part two.
Okay.
And the other thing I think would be cool is to do like a panel, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But
Okay.
put another record on.
Okay. I'm gonna play when I worked in KALX in Berkeley. I'm gonna play my first promo.
Nice.
Rest in
Yes.
peace, G Shock. The manager sent me this free promo, so here we go. All right. Rest in peace. G-Shock. All right. Do what you like.
I see guys and girls dancing. I see guys and girls dancing.
Now as the record spins around, you recognize this sound, well it's the underground. You know that we're down with what you like, with what you like.
And though we're usually on a serious tip, check it out. Tonight we're gonna flip and trip and let it all hang
I
out.
will tell you the background to this one
Say what?
for Digital Underground.
Cause yo, we wanna know how many people in the flow would like to just let yourselves go and do what you like. Yeah, what's tonight's your night? Just eat food, try not to be crude or rude. Kill the attitude, chill the serious mood and do what you like. And do what you like. Everybody do what you like.
I see guys and girls dancing.
Yeah, do what you like.
I see guys and girls dancing.
Just do what you like.
I see guys and girls
Aha.
Yo, go where you like.
I see guys and girls dancing.
All right.
That's
Digital
awesome.
Underground. Yeah.
That's awesome. So we have the one, the only, Dr. Mastermind.
What's up?
Dr. Mastermind. All right.
Okay,
How you doing?
So this morning I got a special package in the mail from Jahbonz.
Oh yeah, hold on. What did you get?
Well, this is the note. It says, I used this box since 2013. The last time I used it, it was on your birthday, Ray Train. Arsenal. Oh no, I hope this adds to both your arsenal. I'm still working on getting to your wedding, but if not, I hope you both enjoy these and the time together. Big up, Jahbonz. Are you ready?
Yeah, we are ready.
This man sent
I'm
us
ready.
this.
Wow.
Okay. With
Awesome.
these.
Time code, yeah. Yeah, Serato time code.
He sent us Serato.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, Jahbonz. Like, wow. What
Anytime,
a-
no worries.
if you want to talk about this community, this is like the
Well, there
most
you go.
insane present from like, so, and like for it to be something that you've used yourself for many years, it's like, it makes my heart swell. So thank you so much, sir.
No worries.
I'm so happy to know you. Like, how else would we have ever known each other?
How BPE like?
He
Did you
hasn't
see it?
gotten home yet.
Oh, surprise him.
Yeah, he's gonna be home any minute, and yeah,
All right.
So he might join us on the show as well.
begrudgingly.
It's
No,
going to be a little
he's
bit like.
they're working since 7 a.m. But
yeah.
hey, my vacation
heard
just
that.
started. Let's go.
Well, exactly.
All
Yeah, and
right.
I heard you were streaming. Was it yesterday for Rotler? And you're saying you're going to be popping up and doing a lot of streams over the festive season, and that you're going to be. You said you're working on your mixing.
Yeah, because I really want to be good at it. It makes me crazy. So I downloaded an app that lets me like beat count, and I started marking my records up with BPE's help, you know. And recently I played an IRL gig, and it wasn't like my favorite time. I think it was the most intimidating of all because it was like every close friend I've ever had since I was 17. And then Chris International and Best Patrick Egan sharing time with me.
Okay. And were you playing Slo Mo for this event?
No, however, okay, there was a friend of mine who will remain nameless, who is also on the Twitch streets sometimes and definitely knows that I play slow. And like when I got on the turntables, Patrick had left the song by Laid Back Slow Motion Girl or Woman, I can't remember, on, and it happens to be one of her favorite records, and she like ran up and started screaming at me with headphones on while I had headphones on, like, "You're the slow motion girl. You're the slow motion. Are you gonna play slow?" Like that, like a wrestler. And it shook me. I was like, like, shut up. No. Actually, fuck. It was funny.
I mean, the interesting thing about that is obviously Don Champ used to play slow, and I think when I sort of had him on the show, I think one of the things he said he'd got a little bit
yeah.
annoyed that basically people just thought he was the slow mo guy, and he's
Yeah.
like, that's just like one part of what I do.
Yeah.
It's like all of us, it's one part of what we do. It's not our entire being, is it?
That's it. Like, and it's like, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with being the queen of slow mo, as you have crowned me, Christoph.
Yes. The queen of the
Absolutely. Award
queen
winner.
of slow mo.
The reigning queen. We'll see what
The
happens.
reigning queen. That's suggesting another queen's going to come along and take your mantle. I mean,
I don't know, but
maybe.
It doesn't bother me, except for that situation definitely bothered me. I mean, yes, lots of people like to say, "Oh yeah, you're the queen of slow mo," like, or that. Anytime I go into a room, that's how I'm like presented.
Air
But
Adam has got it though. Obviously,
I'm also really into jazz. I'm really into freestyle, disco, hip hop, psychedelic. Like, we're into
Everything.
it all.
Everything.
Everything. Yeah.
So as Air Adam says, you're the slow monarch. That's another word for queen, obviously, which is good.
Such a British thing to think of.
It is a British thing. Of course, it's a British thing. He's in Manchester.
I talk about having a show with Barty, but honestly, I think like I could riff with you a little better sometimes because I like your deadpan. It's because like we're also technically reigned by the Queen in Canada,
Well, the king now, obviously, the Queen's
Lord.
gone.
R.I.P.
But yeah, no, it's the same sort of thing.
Jahbonz knows because he's got some Canadian money, right? Jahbonz?
Yeah. I have a few dollars.
You have $15.
Yeah, 15. Yeah.
So yeah, coming back to my idea about the slow mo sort of thing, if we were able to organize something like this to do like a sort of back to back streaming for a few hours, that could be quite interesting.
Are you talking about using StreamYards in this way or something?
Yeah,
Barty is also into that, but with a guest star, I think.
Yeah. Well, we can
He
do a
wants
guest
it to
star.
get really crazy.
Yeah, guest star could do it. But the other thing I was saying to Jahbonz earlier, I haven't quite managed to make it work, but today StreamYard announced that you can stream to Instagram as well. So suddenly they've opened that up as well. So it might have been live for a minute. I don't know what happened. But again, that's another interesting thing to try and get in because like you, I like me, I assume you've got your own sort of followers on Instagram who may not necessarily be your followers on Twitch.
I have too many Instagrams, actually.
Yeah.
I have 3.
Yeah, I've got a few. Yeah.
But
Air Adam, I'm sorry, Air Adam. I'm talking about the not audio necessarily, but the talk shows and sort of getting people involved like that. I think might be interesting to have it on Instagram as well.
But no more boobs. It's canceled.
We don't
Breasties can remain, but boobies are gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you talk to Jahbonz about his rhythm rides yet?
Rhythm rides.
No, I don't think we got that far. Tell us about your rhythm rides.
I'm trying to remember rhythm rides.
Rhythm rides is when you take a rhythm and you play several artists over the same rhythm.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Add on a rhythm.
Right. It's just like the same way I did like years ago, like when I play hold on, let me play one more tune there.
It's like when 45's DJs do versions.
Yes.
And like Flip Out does version excursion, so he'll have the same song and lots of different versions of the same song.
This one is Trevor Sparks. I'll be right back. I'm gonna show y'all something.
I wonder where he's going.
Yeah. What's he going to bring
Look,
back?
what's on the door? Well, quit vaping and I started again. It's terrible. Naughty.
So you guys are doing Slo Mo Monday on Christmas Day, aren't you?
I mean, I'm kind of like on the fence about it.
Well, the next one though is New Year's Day.
Yeah.
You could do that one. Is there,
Yeah,
is there a New Year's Day one happening?
I really
Here we go.
probably shouldn't tell you what I've got planned yet,
Okay.
but hopefully there's a collaboration in the works
Okay.
with
Cool.
another raid train.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Right.
Jahbonz, that's 1.
We have the
Leslie
rhythm.
Thunder, that's 2. Anthony Malvo and Daddy Lizard, that's 3. Home T4, don't throw it all away. 4. Gregory Isaacs, that's 5, right? 5. Admiral Bailey, 6. Courtney Melody, 7. Hopeton James, 8.
Double P's off to Discogs to get all of these.
Do your
Sizzler,
homework.
9, is that 9?
9, I
Yes.
think. Yeah.
Yes.
9, okay. Vibes Cartel, 10. Mega Sample, 11. Same Rhythm.
That's what
And
I was,
these are just the ones you've got as well.
those are just the 45s he has.
5s.
Yeah.
He has a plethora of like virtual rhythms.
This one is Spices and Determined. That's what? 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
African, 13. Ben Washington, 14. And the last one, Bushman, 15. All in the same week of that year.
Yeah.
All. Yeah, all that year.
But
Same
you
rhythm.
also make your own rhythm rides, don't you?
Yeah, like I make remixes of that, like the same way. But I play it out on a Serato though.
And those ones will
you've
blow
been
your
there.
absolute
You've been
mind.
there when on Barty Cut's birthday. I did that, like same way.
Well, you'll be able to do it soon, Dr. Breasty Cray, with your Serato once you worked out how to do it.
I know Patrick will be excited for some technical talk.
Yeah, it's I'm slowly getting into it. I've got Serato, but obviously I've now managed to get it onto this computer so I can do the sort of STEM stuff. So I think I will be doing maybe some more digital slow-mo stuff in 2024, I think. So watch this space.
I wonder,
just to tell you, I when I first had the program, I was very reluctant. My cousin, like Joe Mixon, like got me into it. Even when he showed me how, I was still wasn't sold to 2013. And he had it like 96 to 98.
Yeah, Patrick's probably like that.
Yeah.
A little bit. He's an old school vinyl kid or
Like
man.
I was. So, it was like I was very hesitant till I went to I had to go a trip to New York, and I had to DJ at a graduation party. So I was in this crossroads. It said, Bones, I said, either you bring your vinyl and you're gonna be limited of what you play, or you bring the box and you be unlimited that you play. So I chose the box.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's never going to take away. our love of vinyl or loving playing
no.
vinyl. It's just
Not at
something
all.
else. And like the slow mo is one bit of it, and whatever the hip hop's one bit, it's another bit. And then thinking, right, how can I incorporate that? Because as a whole, it makes you a better DJ if you can DJ on different formats and different styles, doesn't it? And it all helps all the way through.
That's true.
The first time I ever played with Serato was probably 2010, and it was at the bar I learned to play records, and I ended up having like a very fun time playing a show that I created called Bump and Grind Valentine, and it was just like
Yep.
having
Nice.
to all that like
Wow.
R&B, stick your butt out twerk music that
Ah,
I didn't have the
Right.
vinyl of was, it was for me. That's why I am interested in playing Serato, but I don't know how to put together it like the technical side. However, it doesn't mean I can't. I've
Oh,
put together video,
Well,
audio,
exactly.
video. I used to work on set. You know what I mean?
right.
You've put together and broadcast a channel where you talk and play music. Serato isn't.
Yeah, but I did that very much with the help of Patrick.
Well, exactly. You
I
have
mean,
some help.
however, anytime our shit goes down, he's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Somehow I'm the one who gets it booted back up, and I couldn't tell you how.
Yeah.
It's like
And-
magic.
And as Air Adam says, if you want to play a lot of new music, you really need Serato. A lot of stuff never even gets final releases.
Yeah, for
and it's-
sure. Like
it's
some
one
of
of
my
the things-
favorite artists, there's no vinyl.
No, and it's one of the things I'm finding with Zizi because she likes playing her records, but she also wants to play other stuff. So when we've been doing some of the parent and kids streams, she's been on Serato playing K-pop and whatever else she's into, which there's no way it's going to be on 45 or maybe even
No.
vinyl.
No.
And then
Saving you money.
it is saving me money. Yeah.
Yeah. If your
Right.
kid starts collecting K-pop vinyl, you're in trouble.
Twitch has just realized that this is live. This is now. This is
Yeah. Hi,
in
Twitch
the-
Twitch.
This is in the past. I know that's because I've been playing some of the old shows, and it's been interesting. They've been from about 2 years ago, and the things we were talking about there and Twitch, and obviously 2 years ago we were sort of still in the midst of the pandemic and
Right.
sort of that. So it's been interesting to see how things have moved on.
Right.
But yeah. So what have you got coming up, Dr. Mastermind? You're on the fence about Christmas Day, Slo Mo.
Well, I guess it's your show, your birthday stream, huh?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the day, 24th. I don't even know when or what because I've been so busy.
I think you might be on maybe noon on the 24th.
Oh yeah, that's dope. I love that.
I think it's noon, and it's an open format, so you can play
Yes.
if you've got your Serato by then. Probably not, but if you do, you can play that.
Hey, Patrick, I know you just worked all week, but guess what? I
But
should
yeah,
figure it
that's
out.
gonna be a lot of fun. Before that, we've got the 45 kids on Saturday morning doing their Christmas special, so that's going to be fun.
Nice.
And the most interesting thing about, I know we've talked about Slo Mo having only one sort of queen of the Slo Mo on there. With the 45 kids, it seems to be going the other way. I think it is 7 or 8 girls and 3 boys who are taking part in the stream on Saturday. So it's really good to see the younger generation being perhaps differently allocated. I don't know. It's interesting. But that should be fun.
I'm forcing my 21-year-old son, who's right behind me in that door, to play vinyl with me on Christmas Day for Slo. So
Nice.
if nothing else, it'll be just me and Jahbonz slowing
Okay.
down so far. And we'll make my son do it too. He used to
Cool.
be a Twitch streamer, but he was a gamer. So he thinks it's absolutely hilarious that I play now online. But it's interesting.
Is there any people who follow you and follow your son?
No, I don't think so. I think he shut it down after there was some online bullying going on during pandemic.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's all cleared up, but yeah. It
There's a-
happens with the younger gen,
yeah. Yeah, I think there's been a little bit of it, wasn't there? Probably about a year or so ago, or 2 years, where there's a few sort of hate raids and things like that going on. But I think maybe because of what we play and what we do, we're sort of not shielded from it, but it doesn't sort of impact us in the same way because we're not a target to these
Yeah.
bullies.
Well, yeah, it's totally different. I think the kids went through a lot during the pandemic, especially if you
Yeah.
were the ages my children were. They were like 16 to 19.
Yeah.
So it's quite a thing, but it seems much better now. They came out the other side really doing well. So good for them. Like,
Yeah.
what a thing to have happen in your youth,
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, we can only sort of take it from our reality and our age and our experience, but to think that they had that and their early years, 2 to 3 of their early years, had sort of taken away from them.
Yeah.
We don't know how that's going to affect anyone really. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it probably won't come out until a long time later. But yeah, cool. It's been great having you both. I'm just going to try and to the raid.
Setting the raid.
Don Champ is live. He's saying his second to last stream of 2023. So as he sort of inadvertently brought all of us together, let's go and see Don.
All right.
With that.
Thanks
But I
for
just wanna
letting me
say,
jump on, Jahbonz.
Yeah,
What
we
do you
should.
say?
Thank
We
you
should-
for having me. Thank you for the present.
Oh, no worries. No
Big love
worries
to
at
you.
all.
I wish I could invite you over for Christmas dinner.
Oh,
Just want you to know.
We should do more of these.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like random stuff. I mean, if people are interested, I think maybe we could organize like maybe once a month or once a fortnight or something where it's like these 2 hours I'm live and whoever wants to join, come in and let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
I think it's a great way of being connected when we're not
True.
DJing or streaming to each other.
Yeah.
I know Double P would like to sort of come in on that. Adam's been on the show. So many guests. So let's just get people together.
Right.
And
Yeah.
go
And
from there.
shouts out to all you guys talking openly about mental health. Like, it is real admirable because it's real, and it is interesting that it's so shielded. Like, men have to shield themselves so much emotionally in previous generations, and like
That's correct.
you guys are really breaking those barriers, so you should be proud of yourselves.
That's right.
Thank you so much, and thank you both for being on the show. If you hang on there for a second, we'll say good night to everyone. Thank you for joining us, and we'll go and raid.
All right.